Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Multi-Dimensional Shift podcast. This is your girl, Nee. We are here to connect through love, empathy, and high vibrations. Let's tap in. So this episode, we have the privilege of tapping in with Briana. Briana is a New York City-based hairstylist, a celebrity hairstylist as well. Okay. You know, I like to throw that in there. So what inspired you to be a hairstylist?
Inspired me? That's actually a crazy question. I feel like I've been doing hair forever, like since high school. It was one of those things that like I've been natural my whole life. My dad didn't let me get a relaxer, a perm, and I feel like back then having a relaxer was like the thing. Everybody had short hair, so like for me and my mom, like we're like, okay, we're about to start doing some sew-ins. So that's kind of the vibe. Like I learned how to do sew-ins. I used to do my own sew-ins in high school, and from there, I just loved doing hair. Like I just loved being creative, just living on the creative side of my brain. So you know, like, and then from there, I just kind of like invested in my craft. I feel like I had a lot of people in my life that would just tell me like, girl, you do amazing hair. You should really do it seriously. Right. So from there, I just invested in myself, invested in my craft, and now I'm here. Right. Still doing it. It's my full-time career, and I love it. I would not take it back for like anything.
Okay, so I love how you said that it's like a creative process for you because our culture really makes it creative. You know what I mean? Like there's with box braids, there's braids, there's like I don't know, locks, faux locks, weaves. There's so many things that we do and we create it, you know what I mean? So for sure. So one thing that I would say about hairstylists, you guys play an important role in the culture because if you look good, you feel good, right? Or if you feel good, you look good, right? So I notice even with me, like if my hair is not done, I feel like the world has ended. I don't want to do anything.
No, girl, do you understand how many clients in my chair will literally look in the mirror and be like, I feel like I just got a facelift.
Literally.
Or like my homegirl will literally say like, I don't need Botox. I either need Botox or my hair done.
Right.
Every 2 weeks. Like literally.
Yeah, so it like brings this like world of confidence for you, you know what I mean? Like even just to tackle interviews or just tackle life in itself, you know? Right. So there is such thing as like hair depression, you know? Being that, you know, we have like you mentioned like having an afro and things of that nature, that's going against societal norms, right? Just our hair texture and going against societal norms and just experiencing hair loss. I know that more so comes with age, but sometimes we have to deal with that as well.
No, yeah. I have clients who are young who have like traction alopecia or just like it's hereditary. And so finding different ways to still do your hair and feel beautiful, it's important. And so like I think the biggest thing for me as a hairstylist, like yes, I have certain things I specialize in, but if I have a certain client who wants to inquire about a certain style and I'm gonna, really sit and say, okay, what is the best style for you to get the look that you're trying to achieve and still feel good. And I think also too, like a lot of people have a budget. Not everybody wants to spend so much money on hair, but I think being realistic with the style because a lot of styles require maintenance. So what's going to have you good on a month-to-month basis versus having to be in my chair every 2 weeks or maybe every month, based on your budget to still give you the look that you want.
Definitely. I'm glad you said that because that even works for me as well because like even with this hairstyle, it's like a low maintenance type of hairstyle. So this is definitely like natural extensions.
It's giving kinky.
It's giving natural hair. It's giving it came from my roots, you know? So yeah, that's something that I wanted to achieve because going to the hair salon all the time, it takes up time, you know what I mean?
No, we have to, as women, we're in 2025. We have to be able to know how to do at least one or two styles ourselves to like look and feel cute. Right. Without having to step into the chair every single time.
No, absolutely. And I think one of the biggest things for like the Black community is that we don't know, some of us don't know how to take care of our hair. A lot of us. You know, recently, like maybe, I want to say like last year or between the last 2 years, I've learned how to wash my natural hair. Like,
that's amazing.
Literally.
And that's kind of one of the reasons, and I kind of know that there's this whole stigma of like, finding a hairstylist that actually washes hair and
yeah,
that being a thing. And my favorite part of like the wash is to kind of really sit and talk about hair history with my clients. Like once we at the sink, I'm asking you, how do you generally wear your hair? What's your go-to style? Are you someone that does their hair themselves? Do you do your own washes? Do you go to someone regularly for your wash and trims? Do you get treatments? What kind of treatments? Like, I got a list of questions and I need to know what we're doing at the sink, because based on what you're doing, I know what your hair is missing and what it needs. Like, it's one thing to get a style, but locking in moisture starts at the sink. So whatever your stylist is doing, if you're coming already washed and blown dried, I have had clients who have came in and like they already washed your hair. I'm actually what you use, and if I don't like what you use, we're gonna wash your hair.
Right.
That's just what it is. And so like it's important. It's important, and I definitely try to like educate some of my clients on, you know, certain go-tos that they should have in their routine, because again, not everybody wants to spend money being in the chair at all times, but you want to have a good hair routine at home for when you're not at an appointment regularly.
Right. And I love how you mentioned that it shows that you're really invested in the person and their hair, because everyone's hair is individualized. You know what I mean? Everyone's different. So you mentioned moisture, right? What are some things that you could tell us about hair textures and the porosity of hair textures?
I would say when it comes to porosity of hair, the best way to figure out porosity of hair is at the sink. So generally when I'm washing my client's hair, I'll see if the water's kind of like just sitting on top. That means your hair is not really good with retaining moisture, retaining water. So that for me is a good idea of like, okay, what kind of shampoos and conditioners am I about to use on my client to lock in moisture, right? And then for like my medium porosity hair, I would say it looks more like, I guess the best way to describe it would be like curtains. So there's certain section of the hair that you'll see the water is going through and then it's kind of sitting on top. And then of course, high porosity, the hair is able to retain all of the water and all of the moisture at the sink, right?
So would you say that like low porosity hair is more so related to like 4C hair texture, or is it the textures don't?
It can be, but it's not even so much hair texture.
Okay.
I definitely have clients with different hair types that are low porosity versus high porosity, and it doesn't have to do with your hair.
Oh, okay. So that's something new, because I always thought that like literally it correlates.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it depends.
So I don't know if I'm talking about me generally or just people in generally. I would say that my hair is like 4B, 4C.
Okay.
But I definitely have like low porosity hair. But I feel like a lot of the times too, I realize when I don't moisturize it, because I'm not gonna lie, I don't really have a hair routine yet.
Got you.
And I feel like when I don't like moisturize it, it gets like, it's really dry, or it's really like, it's definitely 4C. But if I like putting like, there's this like, how you feel about Camille Rose? Like her honey?
Camille Rose products are cute. I like it. I like her serum. It's water-based.
Well, what is water-based? Like what?
I like water-based serums as opposed to using oils sometimes.
Why?
So for the most part, when it comes to oil is an additive. So moisturizers come from like the creams and butters you're using on your hair. I always say that if you find your favorite moisturizer, adding little droplets of your favorite oil in between it, mixing it together and adding it into your hair shaft, because it's your hair shaft that really needs to retain the moisture. The ends, because when people get split ends, touch the mic. Because when people get split ends and breakage, it's generally at the ends of their hair, not at the root of their hair.
Got it.
So a lot of people will use oils and they end up clogging their pores. And realistically, everybody should be using a clarifying shampoo at the start of their shampoo, and some people don't. When you're not using the right products and you're not using a clarifying shampoo in your routine, you're not able to get a good clean and the buildup off your scalp to even be able to add new products and style your hair. So
Right.
it's very important. And I think some people, when it comes to oil, it kind of goes into like people who have certain hair and scalp issues, so like seborrheic dermatitis. I actually have a client who she has a dry scalp, but based on her dermatologist recommendation, she can't use any oils. And
Really? It makes it worse?
So yes.
Oh, okay.
So with certain skin issues, with certain scalp issues, it can actually be counterproductive to dry scalp, seborrheic dermatitis. In my opinion, I like using oils when it comes to clients who have maybe dermatitis, just to relieve some of the tension and the problematic areas on their scalp, using the steam to kind of just separate those pores before the wash, and then shampooing it out.
Us associating pain with our hair, right? I feel like that's a big thing.
Beauty's pain.
Literally, it shouldn't be that though, because I feel like other cultures don't really have to deal with that. It's really our culture that has to deal with that the most. And I'm gonna just tell a quick experience. So one time I went to the hair salon and I literally was getting like a silk press and the black hairstylist, and she was like flat ironing my hair, and I'm like explaining to her that it's too like high, like I feel the heat on my scalp. And she was like getting an attitude, like, oh my, like the flat iron is not touching your scalp, so why do you feel as though like it's burning you? But like I'm telling her, like, it doesn't have to touch your scalp for it to burn you.
To feel the heat.
Literally the steam, you feel it. Like, but like that's crazy. Like I feel like that's not something we shouldn't even have to associate pain with our hair. And can you talk a little bit about that?
I for one recently got a silk press, and I'm not gonna lie, I definitely had my scalp burned up, but baby, the press was pressing. And everybody has your technique. I think it's more so like old school hairstylists who like, you know, you'll feel those type of like issues when it comes to getting a silk press. Everybody has their technique, whatever the case is. Me personally, I like my silk presses to be very pain-free. I use hot combs before using a flat iron to get to the root. So when it comes to like hairstylists and you feeling the burn, it's them trying to get to the root. And was the press pressing?
I mean, she did an okay job, but it's like, to me,
at least I thought you were gonna say that it was amazing.
I mean,
beauty would have been worth it.
No, I'm at the point in my life where any service that I do, I don't want to feel pain. 100%. This is a luxury experience. I'm paying my money. I deserve to feel like I'm being treated with all care in the world. You know what I mean? 100%. So like, actually, I take that back. I don't feel like it was a flat iron. It might have been a hot comb. But either way, the heat was radiating off of the plate. So like, if I'm telling you that it's hot, then lower.
I think she's an old school hairstylist.
Yeah.
I think the old school hairstylists are still using them old school hot tools as well. Like again, it's really a technique thing, and certain people like to use certain things, and like when they're doing their presses, like it's kind of a little there's been a debate, like some hairstylists who have their techniques, some people don't like to use a hot comb, they just use the flat iron to get like their press super straight. But as a whole, when it comes to beauty services, I think I'm happy. Well, one, I'm happy that you spoke up, because as a lot of people don't. And like, even for me, like whether a client's coming to me and booking a sew-in, and like I do this thing where I'm like, if I'm braiding them down, and then when I get to the sewing part, like let me know if it's too tight as I'm doing it, because I would rather you have me correct it in the chair than go home later and then text me, because there are clients who do that. And it's like, at that point, what can I do?
Right.
And if you're fully booked, you know, squeezing you in and accommodating you is only but so far if I don't have availability. So I think aside from like beauty is pain, also speaking up if you feel like the service that you're getting is uncomfortable or it's just painful.
Right. I know, I 100% agree with that. I think it's also personality things too. Like some people don't feel comfortable speaking up, but that's something we have to change.
I literally had a client recently, and she was like, she came for a sew-in, and she was like, can you not braid too tight? And I'm like, yeah, no problem. I have my best friend, I have close friends who are literally tender-headed. So at this point, I already know what I got to do. Right. Let me know if it's too tight. And she was like, yeah, like sometimes like it's like she'll go to stylists or she's gotten knotless braids with too tight. She's like, I don't care if they unravel the next day. Baby, do not braid it too tight. Like, I got you. It's okay. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're honest like that, at that point, if the style doesn't last and you're aware, like I'm braiding looser, so the style may not last the 2-3 months,
then we're on the same page.
We're on the same page. I'm gonna get you right, and I'll make sure that you're enjoying your service and that like there's no issues.
Right. So I mentioned before that you are a celebrity hairstylist. Oh my God. Yes, you know I'm a lot. So who's some celebrities that you've like done their hair?
So I did work on Coil Ray for a music video. She did a collab with Fabio and Queen Aja. I worked on SZA for an on-set shoot with a photographer we did a while back. I have worked with Dreezy, a few other people, but aside from working with those people, I always like to say I love my loyal clientele best.
I always hear that.
I love coming into the suite and seeing my day in, day out clients, you know.
Right.
I love that. I also love being on set too. I find it to be super fun. But yeah, no.
So how was that experience like preparing for that?
Preparing for what?
Like meeting with celebrities and things of that nature.
I'm gonna be honest, both of those experiences, like I found out like hours before.
Oh wow.
Like,
okay.
Like day of whatever I'm doing, I'm dropping and trying to figure out if I'm even able to do it.
Right.
Which can be a little high anxiety because you don't know what they want. I mean, when you're coming on set, like you're the creative, right? So you have to pull up knowing some ideas that you want to tell the artist that you're thinking about doing for their look too. And then also having a conversation about maybe something that they would want to achieve for this look, and just finding a good medium so that way everybody gets what they
happy.
want.
Yeah.
So, you know, generally I pack a little bit of everything. You don't know what they want. You know, you got hair, you got wigs, you got this, you got that. And anything that they want to do, you better have it.
Right.
You know, so that you can give them what they want.
Wow, that's crazy. So you mentioned that you're the creative. So they don't give you exactly what they want. It's like you're kind of collaborating.
I think, to be honest, you can ask them what they want. The reality is they want you as a creative to know what they think would look best.
Right. What are the options?
In all actuality, that is what they want.
Okay. All right. So that's something to think about. Like, I like to pick like men's brain a little bit sometimes. Right. Just to see where their mind's at. Cause you know, I'm a woman, we're women. We already know where our mind's at. What are their minds at? Right. So I've come to realize that they say often that they like natural hair, right? Right? But, you know, I don't know if they really like natural hair. What do you think? What's your opinion on it?
I already know what they mean when they say they like natural hair.
It's not the natural hair that they think.
Certain hair type.
Right.
I'm telling you right now. It's crazy because I am a hairstylist, but I sell hair. And like something like that in your hair, a kinky type texture, they'll think it's cute, but they're not really liking it.
That's cap.
Ooh.
That's cap.
Depending on the man, because I'm not
cap. Okay, go ahead.
Last summer, okay, so I'm also the type of person, my hair is very heat trained, and I like to wear like looser curl textures. For the first time last summer, I wore a kinky curly texture. Oh baby, I couldn't get but 2 blocks. The men were eating it up. They were eating it up also too because like it looked natural. And so it's like when it looks natural, that's cool. But there are men out here, like when they see you in certain hair, they say that they like it until they realize it's not all yours.
All right, so I'm gonna elaborate on that. I feel like, because you mentioned like with the kinky textures. I think, the kinky curly textures. I think they like the kinky curly textures, and I think they like natural. But it's not that it's not yours. It just has to look like it's natural, right?
Yeah, if it looks like it's yours,
right?
Cool. But they always have a preference, and like every man is different. But I definitely for sure can tell you, like sometimes you may think they like it, but then they'll see you in something else, and they love it more. Which
I don't know, because I've gotten more compliments with this hair than any other hair, to be honest.
What other hair do you wear?
Like, that was the wig girl at one point, you know, I had like...
No. When I say natural hair, I wear tape-ins, I wear sew-ins. I haven't worn wigs in years. So when I say natural, I mean, I'm talking about the texture. So I think we're talking about two different things. They love a sew-in. They love a quick weave. Anything where your natural hair is out. They love a half up, a ponytail. They do love natural hair. I have gotten so much better, like just attention, not even looking for it, just by wearing my natural hair.
Absolutely.
That part I will say. Now, when it comes to the texture of hair that you're wearing for these installs, that depends.
Okay, so we're saying, you mean the difference.
Yes, okay. Because I stopped wearing wigs for a long time, and not even just for the attention purposes, obviously, just for the simple fact of like, I like feeling my scalp and having my scalp even, and like just embracing my natural hair a little bit more. Right, that looks like. So
yeah, I've been out of the wig phase for a little bit because I think honestly I started wearing the wigs a little bit before it became like a big trend. Let me tell you a quick story. Okay, wow. So I literally, this was before like hairstylists was on Instagram and like promoting like, you know, the hair and all that stuff like that. And I like got a frontal and I went to this Jamaican lady to do the frontal. But you know, you can't go to everybody for certain
really
hairstyles.
But at the time, you really don't know.
Especially when the sources are limited because not everybody's doing that.
Everybody was doing it.
Right.
I know what you're talking about. I was in college. That's when I started doing my own frontal.
Literally. So I went to her and I had the frontal and she's like, I'm like, you know what you're doing, right? Like, you know. She's like, yeah, I've seen it. They just glue the top, you know, whatever.
It is crazy.
Very crazy. So anyway.
Stopped you. I never did this in my life, but I can try.
Right.
That
So
would be more realistic. But.
She literally cut my frontal in half. And made it a closure. I'm like, wait, before she took out the scissors, I'm like, are you sure? Because like, I'm pretty sure. But this was in the beginning before frontal has been a thing. You know what I mean?
I'm sorry. Turning into a closure is insane because even then, that's.
As she's doing it, and I'm asking her, she's like, who is the hairstylist here? No, clearly not you. Because like, what? But I forgot where I was going with this story.
No, you're basically saying you wanted to try something that was trending. You was wearing these styles and the wigs and the frontals before everybody else was. But like,
oh yeah, that me basically getting out of the wig phase. But yeah, that's definitely why I wanted to get out the wig phase, is because like I want my scalp to breathe. I want to feel it. And then also, I'm not gonna lie, I was starting to get an allergic reaction from the glue because I was going crazy. I probably had different wigs like every month, blonde, burgundy, and my stuff was bust down. Okay, like
I think we all just had a collection of wigs, different colors.
Literally,
like we were just collectors items at this point.
Long, short,
but
for real.
I'm not gonna say anything. I think you know the era of collecting wigs is like not it. The girls is getting the cheap Amazon wigs now. Quick little bust down 1, 2, get rid of it, get another one. You know what I'm saying, for a quick look.
Right.
But I definitely feel like there's just been a wave of natural hairstylists, and I mean, well, people booking more natural installs,
like sew-ins and stuff.
Sew-ins, tape-ins, anything that requires you to like tend and care to your natural hair underneath and like really see and feel your hair. And I love it. I really do, because I think it's important to still like, you know, love the hair you're in. And I think it's easier to be able to care for your hair when you're doing natural installs as opposed to wigs where you're just putting it up, putting it away for so long and like not being able to really see like your hair.
Right.
I've had clients. I've had clients who would get wig installs and then they would come back after like a month and like they wanted to get another wig install. Maybe a couple weeks or to a month. Same braid down. Just slapping the wig on it. Them braids, baby, they was barely braids. They were looser than.
I bet you it was funky down there too.
I'm trying to tell you. A lack of hair care on the wigs. And no shade to anybody. I get it. You just want to slap a wig on. But at a certain point, we're just neglecting our hair.
Literally.
And that's reality. Like a lot of people who wear wigs are neglecting their hair. And I've moved a lot of clients who were, I like to say, wig bandits. To like just wearing consistently wigs back to back to back, to like tapping into like natural sew-ins and different things, and like, you know, really caring for their natural hair, and they love it. They love it.
And then
honestly,
the natural sew-ins actually gives you an opportunity to care for your hair.
And this is not like before. We have textures now.
Literally.
We have texture matches. We have kinky straight, kinky curly, and I think that's reality, especially when you're natural. And a majority of my clients are natural. So when it comes to that, having textures that match and give us the look and feel of our own hair and being able to blend it is amazing.
Right.
So,
and it's so funny that I think also like the wigs kind of give you like a almost like an identity crisis. No, seriously, because if you,
girl, it is.
It is. If you're not comfortable enough to like go out on the street with your natural hair, that's a problem. I know our culture doesn't.
It is true.
It definitely is.
Like that.
Yeah, and I've heard like people like will be dating people for X amount of times and they never seen their natural hair. Like people want to see
what.
What.
Be a thing for sure.
Literally.
I think now that we've had the wave of natural hair, like it's a little bit less of that like kind of issue. I'm not gonna lie, I used to be me. I was wearing the wigs, and as a hairstylist, like I always wanted my lace done and laid and all the things, and I loved color back then, so I was always wearing a different color. You know what I'm saying? But you get to a point where you realize that melting lace every day, all the time, is too much work.
It's time
It's too much
consuming.
work, and nobody wants to do that all the time.
And then you actually have to make sure you're doing, well, you're a hairstylist, so you could do it, but you have to actually make sure it's actually like melting and actually looks good because
actually look good.
right.
Because it's nothing like talking to someone and just staring at their lace. Like, I can't even hear anything.
Right. I'm just focused on the glue.
And that's right. Like, and it's like thinking about just day in a life, working girls, going to work, working in corporate.
It's not realistic.
That's crazy.
Right.
Like, I think that's another reason why, you know, a lot of people are just moving more to like natural hair and like just caring for their hair more, you know. So, and I love that. I love
me too.
The wave that we're entering for sure. So,
I think my problem right now is that like, because it goes back to what we were talking about before about natural versus like actual natural with textures and stuff like that. Because like when I was younger, believe it or not, I used to do like perms all the time. Like my mom used to do perm and then wash and shit every 2 weeks, and my hair was flourishing. I'm not gonna lie. Like you hear the opposite like with perms.
No, I have clients who have healthy, relaxed hair, thriving and nourishing. It is possible.
Yeah, for sure. But within the last couple of years, I kind of wanted to like detour from the perm situation. So I've been doing the kinky textures, right?
Okay.
But I find that it is harder to actually deal with the kinky, textures.
What do you mean, like in terms of the extensions or your hair?
Both. Like it's hard to like, well, not so much the extensions, because you could like, the extensions actually make it easier to deal with, because like I could do different styles and stuff like that.
Right.
But like with the kinky textures, it's kind of hard to like just like maintain. Like when your hair is straighter and when it's natural, it's easier to like deal with. You know what I mean?
Right. You're talking about your natural hair, like getting through your hair, detangling.
Right.
Okay, you may need a trim.
I've heard that before. That literally, that it's not the texture, it's that fact that you're not trimming your hair often enough.
It could be a couple things. Like usually when you have dead ends, you can't retain moisture. So especially when your hair is natural, it's in the sink, being able to detangle it, it's gonna stop right there. Right? Detangling is gonna be a lot harder when you haven't had, your trims in a while, things like that. It could be a couple things. It could be the products you're using. Yeah. Because being natural, find the right products that your hair loves and cares for. You know what porosity your hair is?
I feel like it's low porosity because it doesn't maintain moisture that well, but it's,
using products that are more catered to low porosity hair. Like,
what do you recommend?
For low porosity hair, I would use like the Amika Intense, I think Intense Repair. It's the blue bottle. That whole line
is good for that.
It's good for low porosity hair. Matrix Soul Food, Perology, those are really good. And I don't know if you've heard the little tip that the white girls products are working, but like going to Ulta to getting quality products and going to the beauty supply store is really a thing.
Really?
I send a lot of my clients to Ulta. Yeah.
What's that brand? Is it Ordinary?
What about it?
Is that a good brand to use?
That's skincare, babes.
Oh, that's skincare?
That's face serums.
Okay. I clearly don't know what I'm talking about.
And I like that product broke me out. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Why? It dries you out?
No, it broke my skin out. Every type of skincare product, like your either your skin reacts to it and likes it or it doesn't. My skin.
But there's a brand that looks like Ordinary. What is it? That everybody was using at one point. Olaplex. I feel like it's good for like lathering, but it like.
I don't like Olaplex. K18's
the new wave.
K18.
K18
stays in my routine.
Okay. All right. So
yeah, K18 and has the best like detox shampoo. Like when I say it's going to get everything out, oh baby. If I don't have K18, I already know I'm having a difficult day. Like it's great. They have really good damage shield shampoo as well. I like to use their line for color, you know what I'm saying, just to prep the hair for doing color. They have really good molecular repair masks that I really like. So yeah, there's a lot of good products out there. You just gotta spend some money, and that's
the thing. Yeah.
So like sometimes, like for my clients, like if I want to just upgrade them to some better products for retaining moisture on the more affordable side, I might tell them just check out like Joico. Their moisture recovery collection is also the blue bottle. It's Joico is a really good brand. And if I'm gonna be honest, when it comes to the beauty supply store, the only thing I would really suggest is Design Essentials.
Designer Essentials?
Design Essentials.
Uh-huh.
Design Essentials has been out forever.
Okay.
And people sleep on Design Essentials, but there's really Black people in the lab for that brand.
Oh, okay. That's good to
lie.
know. That's amazing.
Not gonna lie.
Mhm.
It is a really good brand. As hairstylists, like we do like to use them, especially for like smoothing treatments. Like their SDS is really good. Yeah, for sure.
Do you like I've started using like pre-shampooing. Do you like that or
like a pre-poo?
Mm-hmm.
Like what brand?
Like I've used I know the color is in my head, but I can't figure out what the brand is. Oh, like is it African Pride or something like that?
Okay.
You seem like you don't like that one. Put me on.
I only like 2 products from the Beauty Supply store. African Pride and Beauty Supply store?
Yeah.
It's not on there.
It's not on the list.
It's not on the list. I mean, there's no shade. Like, I'm sure there's many great products, but like when I'm talking about like the top products for my clients that I want them to use in terms of their hair routine or what I'm using at the wash bowl, I'm always gonna try to use like more salon grade products. Like I know people who will wash your hair and use anything, but I really like to educate myself on just the type of products that would be like best for my clients. So if I'm suggesting, it's gonna be the best products. Yeah.
So you mentioned like hair routines. What is an ideal hair routine for someone? Like how often would you oil your scalp? How often do you shampoo and wash? Like what are some things?
It depends on the style.
Okay.
Right. Let's say one of my clients came in for a sew-in. Obviously, we're starting with a wash. We're going to talk about like shampoos and conditioners and things. Like, let's say you're not someone who goes to a hairstylist regularly for treatments and trims. You should still do that. But at least you have good shampoos and conditioners and moisturizers in your house that you're going to be using when you take your sewing out until you get your next style. Then that makes me happy, right? So that might be something, just like talking about moisturizers, things like that.
So do you think that in a routine that someone should like wash their hair every 2 weeks and as needed?
As a whole, yeah. But the reality is like a lot of people have their hair in a style. When we do sew-ins, I do let my clients book a maintenance before they leave. So they're usually booking every 2 to 3 weeks. And when it comes to maintenance, that means I'm washing your hair, sitting you under the dryer. And with having that wash, it's helping retain some moisture, because when you have like styles like the wigs and things like that, your hair is just not tended to for so long.
Right.
So similar also to braids, like people say braids are protective styles. Unless you're washing your hair in them braids, baby, it's not protective because your hair is dry and hasn't had any moisture added to it. So like coming for a sew-in, getting that wash every 2 to 3 weeks allows you to wear it for the 2 months or so that my clients will wear their sew-ins in for. I go in, add a little leave-in before I roll their hair, sit them under the dryer so that way their hair underneath is still moisturized and things like that. And then when we do the takedown, I do suggest my clients to take a break. I've actually been doing this thing where I've been suggesting my clients to do like partial tape-ins as like a way to take a break in between, where it's like we can silk press, do a treatment, silk press your hair, get a nice trim in there, add some partials in the front so that way you can wear your hair for a few weeks to a month to kind of get some vitamin D in your hair and just like wear your hair. I think a lot of people, who are natural, who have this stigma of not feeling beautiful or feeling good in their hair or wearing it straight. My clients who have finer hair, so there's always solutions. I right now have partial tapes in the front of my hair. I cut my hair in some bangs, and so my hair is a little bit shorter, but for like a more seamless blend, a more like even look, I have some partial tapes in the front, all the hair in the back is mine. Something like that for my clients so that they can still feel beautiful and wear their hair and let their hair breathe. I think there's this norm of like women not just letting their hair breathe. I don't care if you go to the gym, let it sweat out, and then we can literally just come in, put you in another style, another protective style.
I love how you mentioned the gym, because that just reminded me of the next thing I was going to talk about.
Maybe I haven't seen the gym in 3 weeks, and there's a reason for it. Do you see my hair still straight?
But that's
I haven't pressed my hair. I don't repress my hair.
That's literally not okay, though. That we have to deal with that. No, for real.
Reality.
Yeah, but it shouldn't be our reality that we can't make sure that we're healthy due to our hair. That's
It really does
a problem.
suck. It really does.
That's a problem. Like I was literally having a whole debate with my mom about this, like, because I was talking about swimming. I'm like, oh girl, we don't even learn how to swim because.
But wait, actually, I haven't tried it, but they actually have this product out where it's like a cap that we put on our hair, and it keeps the whole thing dry underneath. Like I've seen the videos where like they take the cap off and the hair is dry.
Okay, look at that. Okay.
That's very innovative.
So, very.
I never tried it. I saved it, on Instagram.
Okay, so well, then that's a problem solver.
It's a problem solver if it really
Right.
works, and I would be opting in to try it on a vacation, like 100%.
Okay,
Yeah.
so then that's something that we could think about. But all right, so outside of the swimming, the gym now.
The gym in general.
Right.
And I don't care what anybody says. So I haven't tried the Gymshark sweatbands that everybody keeps saying that is like amazing and it apparently works or whatever the case is. I'm a head sweater.
Me too.
Unfortunately, I'm a head sweater. I may not sweat anywhere else.
But your
my
head?
hair's a sweater. I will be at Pilates and I feel my hair growing. Do you understand how crazy that is? I'm just like, okay, so, for the most part, when it comes to wearing my hair straight, I know what I can and can't do.
But yeah, like I really like that you mentioned like the different alternatives, like the cap, the swimming cap.
The swimming cap, and I'm not gonna lie, I am a gym girly, so my favorite
what do you
styles
do?
that I would wear, would be like a kinky curly sew-in.
Oh, so you do the kinky curly stuff? Because I thought you was.
I've done it twice, and it was cute.
Okay.
It was the best thing for the gym. What are we talking about?
It is. That's why
it's
I'm
like,
thinking, yeah.
and I'm really a stan of a flip over sew-in and curly hair specifically. It's
Me
so
too.
effortless. So yeah, I was wearing my kinky curly, and we were vibing. I think that's the only type of sew-in, only type of install that requires me to wear. Not requires me, but the only type of install where I could wear extensions
And it's like less maintenance.
I could go to the gym and not worry about my hair.
Literally, you could just put it up in a bun and that's it.
I loved it. And it's so crazy because the only other style I've ever done for the gym was braids. And I'm not a braids girly. I'll be honest.
Really? Oh yeah, you always said that though. You always said you were in a braids.
My mom used to do braids in my hair in high school. I wore braids for like 3 years straight.
So you're over it.
And I hated it.
Yeah.
It really scarred me. It really did. And to be really honest, like as someone who does hair, I change my hair very often. I can't do the braids for more than 3 weeks. And the reality is you really shouldn't be manipulating your hair like every 3 weeks for real. So
how would you suggest someone that wants to take a break but like doesn't know what to do with their hair? Because I've like hairstylists would tell you if you put it up in a ponytail too often, it could cause damage and hair loss in the middle of your scalp. And it's like everything we try to do is like.
Well, it depends on like how do you want to wear your hair. Like I was saying, like I do suggest my clients to do in the partials. I'm able to get a banging trim once I silk press you, and then we do some partials to give you a little bit more either volume or length. Similar to what your length is, I would honestly suggest just keeping the length you already have and adding the partials to just even you out for a clean look. So that way you could just wear that for a few weeks, actually let your hair breathe. When it sweats out, who cares? We could take it out and then put your hair in another style. So that way you're able to actually feel what it's like to have your hair, feel the wind between your scalps. Like I feel like most black girls don't do that unless like you are just one of those girls who've always just had like just healthy long hair, only wear your natural hair. And there are people like that, but for the few who are usually in a style back to back, you need to let your hair breathe.
Literally. And you know what? I'm kind of mad at myself because my hair was that, where it's like, I wear my natural hair all the time.
When you were relaxed?
Went straight down. And that's when it flourished the most. Honestly, it's just that when I started getting into the trends.
Easier for you to maintain, go to work. Yeah.
Literally.
Exactly.
And I'm kind of mad at that because I didn't take, I guess I wasn't appreciative of what I had at the time. So, trying to follow trends. Well, not follow trends, but you get caught up into it. You know what I mean? And then again, I had the wig error. So then, not for nothing, too many people in your hair.
Oh, that's another one.
Talk about it.
I'm telling you, the chair hoppers and I just need my hair done. I'm going with whoever's available. Okay, but which one of them hairstylists treated your hair
With care.
with care? You know what I'm saying? It's like, are we frying our hair for this style? You know what I'm saying? Like all these things matter at the end of the day.
Literally.
So
that was another thing that I had to take in consideration, and I'm taking in consideration now.
yeah,
So
girl, get some partials if it makes you feel
what exactly is partial? Is it like tape-ins? Like
Yeah.
it is, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Does that damage your hair? Do you feel like? Why you laugh?
That's the biggest question. Like when people ask me, I require consultations for tape-ins. So when I do consultations, that's kind of one of the questions.
One of the main questions.
Yeah, and the reality is like if installed properly, getting a good
maintenance.
texture match, it's one of those things that you do a tape and install. You wash and style your hair as it's your hair. When the new growth grows in, you take the tapes out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you're someone where you know your hair is kinky curly, or get a kinky curly texture, this is kinky curly, and I blew it out and I straightened it because my hair is natural.
Wait, what's kinky curly? The actual hair?
What you have in your hair?
That's kinky curly?
My kinky curly is very versatile.
I see. Because that looks bone straight.
Hello.
Okay, so y'all know where to go.
I'm just trying to tell you. I'm not gonna lie.
What?
Yes, my hair is versatile, girl.
So like if you wet it right now and then
It's gonna get curly. It's gonna get so curly.
What?
Yeah.
And the color and everything, I could just imagine it. Are you comfortable with like your natural hair? At its purest form?
In its purest form? Honest? Yes and no. Yes, because I love my curl texture. It's actually very cute. I am one of those girls who is natural but prefers her hair straight.
Right.
So the reality is, you know, when you are a curly girl, my clients who are really focused on growing and, you know, keeping their curls thriving, you kind of have to pick one.
It's
You
true.
can't really be a curly girl and straighten your hair every couple weeks. Your curl pattern will loosen. And I would say that my hair is so heat trained. And I think growing up, another one of the things that is so crazy with, you know, the era of being relaxed and, you know, everybody transitioning to being natural, I don't think I had a phase where I really just sat and played in my curly hair. Maybe once in college, but I think, you know, there's so many different things. Like there's twist outs, there's like rod sets, so many ways that you can wear your hair curled and keep your hair healthy and, you know, curls popping. I just don't think I played around in that a little bit enough for me.
Like
to
ventured
really-
enough with that.
Yeah, to be able to say, you know what, I like my hair in its pure natural state. And I'm not someone who wears the hair like curl and coiled, really. But that's also like just a personal preference in terms of like my look. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like
I get it. But do you feel like that preference has to do with what society has placed on Black women?
I won't say that because even when I wore the kinky curly and it was a texture match, like I felt like it was cute. Granted, you know, yes, it was fuller and all the things. I have fine hair, so
Me
I'll
too.
start there. And a lot of like the fine hair girlies will definitely attest to the fact that, you know, you can love your hair, but then when it feels so like boneless,
Like there's nothing to
you
it.
just don't feel as confident.
It's true.
So again, that's just another one of the reasons like I would suggest my clients for partials, because even if it's just one row in the back and partials in the front, you will feel yourself more, and that's all that matters. You know what I'm saying? You know, I have clients who have had cancer, done the treatments, are doing better. The hair is a lot finer. You know, you really can't control in life like what happens. You could have full hair, have clients who are older, and you know, now the hair is a lot finer.
Yeah, I hear that a lot.
And it's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. I think the importance is finding a style that works for you, that you love, that just makes you feel good, to be honest.
I love that answer.
Yeah, no, honestly.
Just do what works for you.
That's it. We will sit and talk about all these different styles, and whatever makes you happy, I will do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, outside of that, with me, I feel like I love the answer that you gave.
Okay.
That it depends on like your preference and what you know, what you want. But I found that my transition into like trying to go into like the more kinky curly look had to do with me kind of just trying to defy the norms that I feel like were placed on us.
Okay.
Because our hair is like, it's beautiful, you know what I mean? Like it defies gravity, you know what I mean? Like, you know, it's so many beautiful things about hair. I just want us to feel like more comfortable with who we are. But I love your answer too, because everything's a process, and then it's still straightening your hair is just easier to do too as well. So
no, it is. It's so funny because growing up, you know, the fact that my hair was always natural and my dad never let me perm it, he was like,
what was his reasoning for that?
Society. He didn't play like that at all.
Mm-hmm.
And I love him for that, because I probably would have been another one of them girls talking about, so my hair was so long, so I did the perm, you know? But I remember growing up, and he would be like, "Your hair is natural. You don't got to do anything to it. All you got to do is wash it and comb it out." And it's like, baby, being natural means you need products, this and that, finding the right products.
And then back in the day, it wasn't as
days
many as it is now.
Not, it's like a thing. Like, it takes some time to sit there, to tangle, use the right products, do treatments. Like, it's not that easy being natural.
It's not at all, actually.
Like, the fact that people think you just get up and go, okay.
Mm-hmm. It really isn't. I think honestly the kinky texture curl like the weaves are actually helping me a lot. So that's what I've just been doing.
Do you wear your hair
What?
natural?
In its natural form? I mean, like outside of like with like weaves? No. But I did when
You first went natural?
when I first went natural.
Okay. Would you
And
do twist outs or just
yeah, I did like twist outs and everything like that, but then I started like cutting my hair and then it started getting
like shutting off the perm and
like cutting off the perm, and then I really don't know what happened in between that process, and I'm really actually mad about it because it's like, and I don't think it was me going natural, I just think it was like the wigs and then
Just the routine.
it was just a routine. It didn't work well with my hair.
Yeah.
So at this stage with my hair right now, I don't feel like I'm like the most confident with it. But I'm actually like doing things to help implement me be more comfortable with like daily routines, such as like going to the gym and things of that nature, and just being able to like get up and go. You know what I mean?
So what would make you feel more confident?
I guess the length and like you were saying too, because you know society kind of connects beauty and hair beauty with like how long it is most of the times, outside of texture.
Fullness,
Yeah.
100%.
So for the last question, what would be some advice for someone who wants to embrace their natural hair and more?
Find you a good hairstylist. Find you a good hairstylist who actually loves and cares for hair, and really talk about your goals that you want to achieve with your hair. If you really trust them, you need to find somebody that you trust at the end of the day, and then just be consistent with that hairstylist. If you really trust them, they're gonna get you where you need to be.
Right.
That's it. Because reality is, if you're not a hairstylist, you're not gonna know everything. You're not gonna have everything that you need in your house to nourish your hair. Yeah.
So obviously you're very invested in hair. So drop your Instagram so they know where to find you.
Okay.
What's your Instagram?
So my business page is BrianaSai Studio. So you can find me there, as well as the Sai collection for my extensions.
Okay, and that concludes the Multi-Dimensional Shift podcast. Thank you for joining me, Bree. Till next time, love and empathy.